a perfect scenario in terms of. One second. Make sure we're on the air. There we go. Now we're on the air here at Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and we thank everybody for joining us. We hope we were able to get the first pitch. We'll talk about that in a moment, too. But let's make sure we got everybody situated here. Neshannock at 7-4, Laurel at 8-3 in section play. Lots of scenarios, as Tim just mentioned, in terms of getting into the postseason picture here. But the main story in this game is the fact that they played 24 hours ago. Laurel with a 4-3 victory thanks to a two-run home run in the bottom of the fifth inning by Cam Calderero. That gives Laurel the one-game advantage and keeps their championship hopes alive. Again, we'll dissect the full records and everything as we go along here in our LGKG pregame show here, Tim. But when we just look at it as a whole, the fact that these teams are going to get right back at it here today at the home of the Lancers, it's going to be a fantastic game. Again, what beautiful weather we have here.
We couldn't ask for a better day for baseball, and it is going to be fun. I mean, let's be honest. These two schools know each other well. Obviously, big part of the entire school season in scholastic sports, and when you get right down to it, there's nothing better than when you're talking about playoff positioning and opportunities to qualify. To have these two schools go at it. Like you mentioned yesterday, 4-3 victory. Laurel getting that big home run late in the ball game to make this game even more exciting.
It is, and we're going to have a lot of fun here today. In the section finales, the other game on the Lawrence County SportsNet today, Shenango down at Riverside after their marathon that we got to see last night, a 2-1 in 9 innings. As you look at Sebastian Corio, the ace for Neshannock out there on the hill, 5-0 record on the season. This is his 8th start of the year, a 1.75 earned run average. We'll take a look at the rest of the Lancers defense, but let's take a look at the starting 9. And it is a straight 9 for the Laurel Spartans under third-year coach Gene DeGennaro. First baseman Logan Ayers will bat first. Center fielder Kobe DeRosa bats second. Carter Ponsloff, the catcher, hits third. Cleanup hitter is the pitcher, Cam Calderero, who had that home run yesterday. Michael Pasquarello in left field bats fifth, followed by shortstop Luke McCoy hitting sixth. Second baseman Ryan Tellez will hit seventh, followed by Hunter Kabolka, the third baseman, batting eighth, and Johnny Andre batting ninth. Ayers, DeRosa, Ponsloff, Calderero, Pasquarello, McCoy, Tellez, Kabolka, and Andre, the starting 9 here today for the Laurel Spartans. And with that, we are ready to get underway. First pitch of the game thrown at 4:33 p.m. and it's in there for strike one. Breaking ball in there. Just misses outside. Evens the count at 1-1 to Ayers. We'll take a look at your LGKG defensive alignment here momentarily.
While you're at it, I'll just let you know.
This one's a deep fly ball to center field. Tracking on it and making a great catch over the shoulder is Dom Cabellas, the freshman center fielder, having a chase after that one as Ayers gave it a ride.
Yeah, Cabellas did a nice job, had it the entire way, just going back on it, never panicked, got all close to the track and hauled it in. You got Geis, Cabellas, and Pellerino in the outfield.
Yeah, Gleese.
Yeah,
Luke Gleese, one of the three Gleeses on the team. Gleese, Cabellas, and Pellerino, left to right from the outfield as we look at our defensive alignment here at our LGKG defensive alignment. In the infield, Colton Schaefer on the left side with Jack Gleese at shortstop. J.R. Prosson is the second baseman. Grant Melder at first base. Nate Rinn behind the dish. And Sebastian Corio on the bump. Again, a 5-0 record. He's gets this one fouled off by Kobe DeRosa. Evens the count here at 1-1 with one down in the top of the first inning.
And of course, you got the turf infield here at Neshannock, and it also will give you a true bounce on a lot of plays. So a lot of the infielders know exactly what to expect when the ball's hit them, unlike yesterday when we've seen a couple of unique bounces along the way.
Well, you definitely get some of those unique bounces, but if you're used to it here with the turf, you're in good shape. 1-2 pitch misses upstairs, evens the count at 2-2 to Kobe DeRosa, a .379 hitter on the season, one of the many football players that are on the diamond as well. Lots of multi-sport athletes, 2-3 sport athletes for both these teams, but especially for the Spartans. This one's roped into left field for the base hit. A one-out single by DeRosa. And, he's got some speed on the base paths as well. With the one-out single, we'll see if he might be off and running as Connor Ponsloff will step to the plate.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Carrero handles this now probably headed out to the stretch. See how he keeps an eye on the runner at first base.
First pitch breaking ball in there for strike one to Ponsloff. A .424 hitter, one of the top average hitters on the team. Throw over to first base, back in time with the slide is DeRosa. Kicks, delivers. This one just misses outside. Hit the spot, but off the plate there, evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, just off the plate, but a nice curveball and breaking ball to really keep the hitter off balance a little bit.
2-1 now as that one misses upstairs. Beautiful Mike Bubba Kirkwood Field, longtime coach here at Neshannock High School for 25 years. Good 2-1 breaking ball, catches the outside corner, evens the count at 2-2.
See if they get the runner in motion here now. There's 2 strikes on an even count.
Decent lead at first. DeRosa does not take off, and the swing and a miss on the foul tip for the strikeout and for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game. And that brings up the big man, Cam Calderero, had his 6th home run of the season. And it was a big one as it gave the win to Laurel, gave them the lead, and they held on to it. He actually had to save in that game as well. First pitch swinging and fouls this one off.
Multifaceted, as many of the players will be at the high school level, playing multiple positions and even as a reliever.
He's actually the starting pitcher today.
There you go.
Stayed under the 25 pitch limit.
Yeah, must-win games. You want your best players available on the mound.
That one misses upstairs, evens the count at 1-1. You're exactly right. You finished one game first. He pitched the 7th inning, stayed under the limit. Not the case in the Shenango game. We'll try to get you some score updates on that one as we go along, but their projected starter for today, Braden D'Angelo, unavailable as he threw 30 pitches yesterday. Time called and granted by the home plate umpire. Good pitch there. Catches the inner half. Evens the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter in the top of the first inning. Cam Calderero also leads the team in ribbies and batting average on the season. 1 ball, 2 strike.
There goes Kobe.
Rose off and running right back at the middle, and it's snagged by the pitcher. What a play to make the catch on the comebacker. Sebastian Corio flashing the leather.
Beautiful play. I mean, that's exactly what you want to be able to do. Finish your pitch and be in position to field it. Came right back at him at the glove to record the out. And not a bad first inning there for Caro as he was able to just give up the single in the inning and gets the first strikeout of the game for himself and helps himself out with a nice fielding.
So no score for Laurel. Neshannock coming up to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Before we do, want to mention was a special ceremony that we regrettably were unable to get on the air before the start of this game here today, Tim. But wanted to give a shout-out because it was on a play similar to that in 9U baseball this past weekend that there was a pretty frightening situation. Breckett O'Connor, a 9-year-old with the Neshannock Athletic Association in a championship game, took a line drive like that right back, but he didn't get the glove up in time. Ends up hitting off his face, breaking the nose in the championship game. And they classy move by the opposing coach, who was down 8-0 at the time in the game. Could have said, hey, let's keep playing. But he said, no, game's over. You guys win the championship. We're all shook. In the end, Brecken still wants to play. He wants to find the mask. He wants to get out there and play any way he can. He threw out the honorary first pitch here before today's game. So we want to give a big shout-out to him. A lot of great stuff going on at the youth level. And you could hear Coach Q as he was giving the announcement, Coach Quilero for Neshannock, during pregame. He said, I'll take a kid like that on my team any day of the week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what you want, a kid who wants to play and will do whatever necessary to get out there. And we wish him nothing but the best as he recovers.
So Cam Calderero now on the bump. We'll take a look at the Neshannock starting 9 here momentarily. Actually, the starting 10, as they will use the designated hitter today. First pitch in there for a strike to Dom Cubelis, the center fielder, leading off. Following him will be J.R. Prosson and Colton Schaefer. Grant Melder is the cleanup hitter. Nate Rinn, the catcher, will bat 5th. Michael Altmeyer, the DH, will be in the 6th spot as this one's fouled back to the screen. 0-2 the count. 7, 8, 9 hitters Josh Pallarino, Jack Gleese, and Luke Gleese. So it's Cubelis, Prosson, Schaefer, Melder, Rind, Altmeyer, Pallarino, Jack Gleese, Luke Gleese. Altmeyer, the designated hitter, hitting for the pitcher, Sebastian Corio. 0-2 pitch, chopped towards second base, taken on 3 hops, and flipped over by Ryan Tellis to Logan Ayers for the first out of the inning. And with that, let's take a look at the rest of the LGKG defensive alignment. The rest of the infield, Luke McCoy is the shortstop, Hunter Kabalka at third base. The outfield, Michael Pasquarello, Kobe DeRosa, and Johnny Andre from left to right. Behind the plate, Connor Ponsloff for Cam Calderero on the bump here today after getting the save just 24 hours ago. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1 to J.R. Prosson, a .320 hitter on the season.
Calderero working from the third base side of the rubber here.
You know, you don't see that very often, I feel like, with a right-handed pitcher.
No, I agree with you. And I always like the idea of using it both edges, depending on what type of pitcher you are, because you're looking, you know, if you're maybe it might be a little better to get the inside corner from that angle.
This one on the outside corner is fouled off, makes the count 1 ball, 2 strike.
And, you know, one of the things in baseball, I know the aluminum bat changes a lot of things, but if you can throw inside and consistently hit that corner, you're going to really make hitters uncomfortable.
The 1-2, breaking ball upstairs, evens the count at 2-2. Mentioned Coach Quilero. First year was the COVID year, as was actually for Coach DeGenero on the other side for Laurel. First year as head coach at their respective schools. This one's down in the pellets, and the count runs full to J.R. Prosson. Coach Q, after last year, called it quits, was going to follow his son John Anthony through his collegiate career, but J.A. had a ACL injury. He was going to be redshirted this year, so now he's actually on the staff for Neshannock, as that one's chopped towards first base. Taking it himself is Ayers for the put out. 2 up, 2 down goes Neshannock here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Ayers did a nice job fielding that ball. He knew the play was right in front of him, took it unassisted, makes the out, and 2 up, 2 down so far here for Neshannock. Let's see what Schaefer can do here.
So to finish the thought there, after it was found out that John Anthony was not going to play at Westminster this year, Coach Q said, yeah, I'll come back and keep coaching. You can't keep him away. You can't keep him away from a ball field.
I'll take another season if the opportunity's there.
Oh, and in talking to him, he was very much of the mindset that he would be looking to return back to a coaching platform, whether it was at a high school level or at a travel ball level was to be seen at that point. But once his son had finished his collegiate journey, but just now really fun to be able to see him back again in his second official season, 3rd year as the head coach of Neshannock, where he was the assistant for over 20 years under Coach Kirkwood.
Wow. Great to see him back in the dugout. There's no question about it.
3-0 pitch right down Broadway to Colton Schaefer. Count now 3-1. Schaefer, team high 15 RBI, but he is the leading RBI hitter in this game today, and he draws a 1-out walk. And the reason I say that is we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. You don't hear the name Andrew Fry in the lineup today, and that was not a coach's decision, but a player's decision. He is currently, as with the transfer rules, he is playoff ineligible due to the transfer as he transferred in from Sharpsville. He is a junior, makes him automatically playoff ineligible. Now, the deal is there's a PIAA appeal hearing that is still to occur on Monday that potentially could be overturned on that. But when everything went down, knowing that he is going to be not available for the playoffs, with the section championship no longer possible for Neshannock, it was Fry himself who went up to Coach Quilero and said, you need to make sure this team is ready for the playoffs. I am cool with sitting because you need to see what this team is without his stick in the lineup. And it's tough when you're losing a 500 hitter with 23 RBIs on the year. Definitely makes it difficult to replace that, but it's gut check time for guys like Melder, Rind, and Schaefer in the middle of this order today.
Well, that's exactly it. And it's he recognizes best thing for the team, and that's a great team player to recognize that even though maybe his final game of the season in a sense, he's better off passing the baton and cheering on his teammates and hoping for the best. Maybe the hearing will go his way. We'll just have to wait and see. 2-0
pitch also misses, so now 3-0 the count, and Coach Q did say he is still possible for a pinch hit opportunity. He said could be for anybody, the 1-hitter, the 9-hitter, the 3-hitter, anybody.
Just situational.
Because in the end, this is still a game that is a must-win in terms of seeding. So
I don't blame him.
So after falling 3-0 to Schaefer, falls 3-0 to Melder as well, comes back with a strike that's Calderero. See on the 3-1 if Schaefer might be off and running with the pitch. He is on the 3-1. Chopper down the third base line, but foul. The count will run full here in the bottom of the first inning. In our 100th broadcast.
Yeah, that's exciting, isn't it?
That's awesome.
Not a bad first year, huh, James?
Well, we made it work. We've had some moments.
Nothing ever goes perfect, but 99% of the time it did.
Runner going again. This one's popped foul down the third base line and out of play. Count will remain full.
We like to keep Lee on his toes. That's why certain things happen.
No, he's certainly on his toes. We apologize. It is a audio-only broadcast thanks to high temperatures, no press box at Riverside, and some French fried equipment.
There's ball 4.
Well outside, so runners on first and second now with 2 down.
Back-to-back walks. Let's see if Neshannock can take advantage of it. Now they got a runner in scoring position on the back-to-back free passes here to Schaefer and Melder.
Now, and this is basically what the Neshannock has been lacking this year is those timely hits at the right moment, stringing those hits together. They had 3 runs all in the same inning in their game yesterday, but could not, string any together the rest of the game, Tim. And so this is a big-time opportunity for the Lancers to try to cash in early. First pitch in there for strike 1. This is Nate Rind, the catcher. 7 RBI on the season. Long look to second base, now delivers. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, so good job after delivering 2 walks to come right back and get up 0-2 to the 5-hitter Rind. Swung on and missed. A 3-pitch strikeout to end the inning. First K of the game for Calderero, and Laurel able to get out of the inning unscathed. We've played one here from Mike Bubba Kirkwood Field. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance Online, online at Ponce'sInsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
To the top of the second we go with a scoreless game between Neshannock and Laurel here in the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. You can see on your bottom line here some of the other games that are going on across Lawrence County teams. Neshannock was up big on Armstrong there in the softball game, 6-1 in the second inning in that game. That's a really good Armstrong team. We'll try to keep you updated on that one as we go along. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter with a lot of the updates. And again, we apologize for the audio coverage, but we will have the archive with video coverage for that Shenango Riverside game. And we'll try to get you as many updates as we can as we go along with that one as well. But here from Neshannock High School, after one inning of play, a scoreless first inning for both teams, and Corio now back on the bump. First pitch in there catches the outside corner for strike one. Pasquarello, McCoy, and Tellis, the three hitters, due up in the top of the second inning for the Spartans. Another one down at the knees this time for strike two. So Corio doing a good job of working ahead. No ball, two strike as the senior delivers and gets a three-pitch strikeout of his own.
There you go. His second of the game.
That'll bring up Luke McCoy, a .389 hitter on the season. Shortstop who Coach DeGennaro said is one of the possibilities in relief here today for Laurel. This one's chopped on the first pitch to the left side of the infield, taken by Gleese. Throw across the diamond, and just by the nick of, just in the nick of time to retire McCoy. It was a bang-bang play, and McCoy still can't believe it.
4 pitches, 2 outs. You can't draw it up much better than that.
Great play by Gleese coming all the way in, and he had to fire it on the run to retire the speedy Luke McCoy, who will be playing football at the next level.
Yeah, Mildred did a nice job reaching for that ball at first base.
He needed every inch of that stretch. 2 down. Up and in for the first pitch for ball 1. Ryan Tellis at the plate. Only a .226 hitter on the year, but close to .400 with the on-base percentage. And because he's got a good eye, you're seeing a 2-0 count to begin this at bat.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do when your first 2 hitters in front of you are out on 4 pitches. You want to take a couple, try to just extend the inning and use your abilities to go deep in an account.
Extend the pitch count, if nothing else, right?
Exactly.
He drills this one towards center field, giving chase to his bare hand side, and making the catch is Cabellas for the 3rd out of the inning. Spartans go down in order in the top of the second inning. We'll head to the bottom here in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
To To the bottom of the second inning we go. Neshannock will send up their 6, 7, 8 hitters, Altmaier, Pallarino, and Gleese. Glad you can join us in the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. We'll try to get you some score updates courtesy of the Crane Room Grill. Make sure you stop by the Crane Room just a couple minutes up the road here in Neshannock Township. Place in order to go. Curbside takeout. How about a crowler to go with your wings and burger? Can't ask for much more than that. Visit their full menu by going to craneroom.com. Tell you what, gotta love the walk-up music you got going on here,
I know,
Tim.
yes. They do a great job here in Neshannock. There's no question about it.
Yeah, the scorekeeper's a little iffy, but
can't have everything.
yeah, we got a trio of characters up here. We can just leave it at that.
They enjoy the game and the atmosphere. How's that sound?
We all definitely do. We appreciate all that they do. This one misses outside, evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, I guess we can give a shout out to Pat, to Ian, I guess to Avu as well. Ground ball the other way. Third rug burner to the right side of the infield. This one taken by Tellis and flipped on for the first out of the inning. And Tim, that's just for the most part a product of Caldera doing a great job of working the outside corner.
Yeah, keeping the ball down, forcing the ground balls. I mean, that's what he has done. He's gotten the 4-3 ground out for the second time here in 2 innings, and that's exactly what we want to do. He had the 3 unassisted, so this is what you're looking for as a pitcher. You want him to make contact, you want him to hit it in the ground, and hopefully that's somebody.
Now you have a left-handed hitter coming to the plate, and Josh Pallarino, right fielder. Only the 6th game that he's played in this year, as he was fighting off a couple injuries early in the year. He was actually supposed to be one of the top pitchers for this Lancer team this season, but not much time on the mound so far. Watches this one up in his eyes and has a 3-0 count. But when you have potential of not having one of your top hitters in Fry in the playoffs, getting guys like Pallarino and Altmaier back into the lineup, definitely a plus.
Oh, absolutely necessary. And try to get them going.
3 balls, 1 strike now. That's the 3rd time that Caldera has fallen behind to a batter 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're worried about pitch count, in that type of scenario, and pitching on back-to-back days.
This one falls in front of the left fielder, Michael Pasquarello. He had visions of trying what he did to end the game yesterday, where he made a diving catch to end the game. That picture available on Lawrence County SportsNet Twitter and Facebook page. Thank you to Something for Your Wall Photography. And thank you to Josh Pallarino, says Neshannock. First hit of the game for Neshannock.
Yeah, they got 2 free passes in the first inning. That was their first hit of the game. So let's see how they handle it. 1 out with runner at first.
Jack Gleese to the plate, a .286 hitter on the season. Watch the first pitch at the knees for strike 1. Score update from Danoli Astro Field, a 1-0 lead for Riverside. Squaring the bunt is Gleese, pulls back, throw down the first base will be not in time as Pallarino slides back in. How about the gun shown off there from Ponslov?
Yeah, perfect throw behind the runner there as he got that extended lead on the pitch, looking for that bunt to go down. Obviously, it was a strike with the attempted bunt, and he threw down and made a nice play.
I think they called it a ball. I think it said he pulled back.
Okay.
Runner goes here, and it's fisted back into the screen, so 1 ball, 2 strike count.
I like that. Take 1 shot at the bunt. If it doesn't work out, put the hit and run back on and let the batter swing away. You never know. You might get one in the gap, get one on the ground, avoid the double play scenario. So I love the idea of getting the runner in motion here, and let's see if they continue that here on this pitch.
Pallarino, the runner at first, and Caldera thinking the same thing. He steps off and just looks the runner back. Gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout in his 7th inning yesterday. Breaking ball popped up to shallow center field. DeRosa's going to have to come flying in, and he will make the catch. And he thought about gunning Pallarino. He would have had a chance at it, but held on to it, secured the out. It is the 2nd of the inning.
obviously we know he has the arm strength to get it there. That's not the problem there. I think more than anything, he just wanted to make sure that his first baseman was in position to make the play, and it was easier to make sure that you got the out that he recorded on the fly ball versus trying to do too much and throw the ball away.
First pitch misses inside to the 9-hitter Luke Gleese for ball 1, and part of that too, Tim, and same reason why Pasquarello didn't try to dive and make that catch in left field on the previous play. It's all about game situation. You don't need to try to make a spectacular play there. Keep the ball in front, keep the ball going in front of you. That's Ponceloff trying to do that, but unable to do so as that ball cricket bowled in by Calderero.
Yeah, that one bounced in front of the home plate, so didn't have much of a chance, and he ricocheted off his chest protector and went down the third base side, and it gave the runner the opportunity to advance. And so Pellerino's down at second base on the wild pitch.
Yeah, no chance there really for Connor Ponceloff. Good job just even get a body on it.
No, that's what you want to do. You want to try to smother the ball there, and that's what he did. Did actually everything you're taught to do for a catcher in this situation when the ball's in front of you. Obviously, if you can get a glove on it, fantastic. But more than anything, just keep the ball in play in front of you, not behind you.
3-0 pitch and a 4-pitch walk drawn by the 9-hitter Luke Gleese. So third time now we've had a walk issued by Laurel, and Calderero getting up there. That was pitch number 40 already.
Yeah, and you may be seeing the effects of pitching back-to-back days here.
Even though it's only 20 pitches, but that can make a big difference, right?
It really can. I mean, it's just a matter of recovering and, feeling comfortable.
First pitch down at the knees for strike 1 to Dom Cubelis, who grounded out in his first at-bat. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Swung on and missed. And even with the single and the walk, now just 1 pitch away, maybe from Calderero getting out of another jam. Checks the runner. Long pause. Here's the breaking ball right back through the box. Sliding effort made by the second baseman, but the throw is going to be just a little bit off, and that's going to allow the runner to score from third. Heads up running from Pallarino. Saw the throw get away. He didn't wait for the coach, Tim. He saw it get away, and he scored on his own.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate error there on the second baseman. He made a nice play, keeping the ball on the infield. Thought maybe he could make a spectacular play with the shortstop at second base, and threw a fastball to him, and it was just a little too close, too hard for him to handle. And unfortunately, the ball gets away, and that error allows the run to score.
Strike 1 now to Prosson. I think we're going to call an infield single and an error on the throw.
That's what I was going to say.
Glad we're on the same page there. That's the first run across the board. Prosson chases the breaking ball there. 0-2 now the count. I like it when we're on the same page.
It's a big opportunity here for Neshannock to try to break open the game here early.
Runners go. How about that?
Yeah.
Reading the breaking ball. It's in the dirt, and we got a double steal. Gleese to third, Cubelis to second. Now 2 ducks on the pond for J.R. Prosson. Upstairs, count now 2-2.
With first base open, you just got to make sure that you make your pitch. If you don't think you're going to get the guy, you get the next guy. So even though his base is loaded, throw down a third.
Throw down to third, and hustling back is Gleese because he didn't get back by much. Ponceloff showing off the gun.
Yeah, and that's gutsy to throw behind the runner at third base. You don't see that very often at any level.
Oh, it's trust for Kabalka to be there to block it, but at the same time, Gleese almost gave himself up by sliding. Breaking ball, popped up towards center field. DeRosa settling under it and makes the catch to end the inning, but damage done as the first run comes across the board on an infield single and an error. 2 runners left in scoring position. We've played 2. Neshannock leading Laurel 1-0 here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Neshannock gets a run on 2 hits, also an error, and the 2 runners left on base, but they take the 1-0 lead into the top of the 3rd inning, which means Tim Continenza to take you through the middle 3 innings here from Mike Bubba Kirkwood Field.
Thank you, James. As we get going here in the 3rd inning, it's Kobalka, Andre, and Ayers due up.
8-9-1 hitters for the Spartans.
And they'll face Carraro. So the righty behind the mound will come up and get ready to make his deliveries here.
And man, has Sebastian Corio just been really, really impressive in his starts. A lot of them here at home, but a 5-0 record. He also has a save to his credit on the season. The senior, basically your senior leader on the mound all season long.
Ball 1 on that first pitch. Corio, shot. There's the pitch, and foul ball off to the right.
Count even at 1-1. Mind you, we have our tradition, the Melee Minute, coming up in between the top and bottom of the inning. We'll take a look at some of the happenings in Lawrence County softball.
Fly ball to center field. And he actually is going to be the right fielder coming over and making the play. And that is Pallarino making the play out in right.
Pallarino wasn't there. Cubelis got a great jump on it, too, and was tracking it the entire way.
I was watching the center fielder. That's why I thought it was going to be him. And then next thing I know, here comes the right fielder coming over and says, I got it.
How about the senior right fielder calling off the freshman center fielder? Not exactly how it's supposed to work, right, Tim?
No, but, hey, sometimes, that's outfield communication.
Yep, that's all it is, and the ball tailing his way. Definitely made sense that it was the right fielder to make that catch.
And that pitch outside, ball 1.
To Johnny Andre, and this is only his 7th plate appearance of the year, Tim. Johnny Andre, normal right fielder, but Aaron Doty has been designated hitting for him throughout a good chunk of this season. But Doty suffered a pulled hamstring in the game yesterday. He's out, and that's why Laurel's with the straight 9 lineup today.
Ah, there we go. Here's a nice little swing, and it's going to get a base hit out to right field.
And Johnny Andre is saying, hey,
let me bat.
Let me bat some more. That's my first hit of the season, Coach.
Put me in, Coach.
Good piece of hitting, too,
Yeah,
going the other way, wasn't it, Tim?
It really was. He just took his time, and he took the ball where it was pitched and just served it out to right field, and he is on base with 1 out. We'll see how he handles the base pass. As Ayers now at the plate here for Laurel.
I love it, too. A guy who hasn't swung much this year, get right in there and swing the bat.
The righty throws inside, ball 1.
That's that inside curveball that's basically you're aiming at the back knee of the batter. And I'll tell you what, it didn't miss Ayers' back knee by too much.
So Andre takes his lead at first. Correro with the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Hefty swing there from Logan Ayers, and I think may have gotten him with a changeup because he was well out in front of that one.
1 ball, 1 strike. Correro with the delivery. And just off the inside corner, ball 2.
Still a 1-0 game Riverside in the 5th inning of that one against Shenango. Big implications. We'll talk about that here momentarily.
Andre with the lead at first. Here's the pitch. Outside. And it now goes out to 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Here's the delivery. Inside ball 4, he gives him the free pass, and all of a sudden the Spartans got something going here in the third inning with runners at first and second with one down.
Yeah, one out, walk drawn, and that brings up the dangerous Kobe DeRosa, already 13 RBIs on the season, but, a little bit of everything. 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, so showing off the speed and the power.
Yeah. DeRosa, the righty, at the plate. So the runners take their leads. Here's the pitch. And it delivered a 5-ball to center field. Kilibus is there for the out, and quickly that is out number 2 here. And runners return to their base.
DeRosa first pitch swing, got a good piece of it, but not quite all of it. And I don't know if the term can of corn still exists out there, Tim.
That was pretty much a can of corn. That's exactly what a can of corn would look like.
I'll tell you what, though.
You didn't even have to move.
I've been out there in center field here, and this is with that sun out. There is no can of corn in the outfield here with the way the sun shines.
If there was a definition, that was it. How's that?
It's about as close as you're going to get.
Yeah. 2 runners on. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike here to Ponslov.
Ponslov looking to cash in 7 RBI on the year. Would love to get one here to tie this game up in the top of the third.
2 down. Carrero will have to wait to deliver this pitch as time was granted to Ponslov. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just outside. I'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, I'm reading that wrong. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's 2 outs out there on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And that is in for a strike. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You're just predicting the future.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that Ian to your left wasn't predicting the future. He should have known. Good breaking ball, though. Starts that at the batter, so it breaks right over the inside corner to get that second strike.
Carrero checks on the runners and delivers. Outside, he'll even the count at 2-2.
And he wanted that one. That's more of a chase pitch. It's up at the letters. He thought it still caught the zone, but just a little bit high. And a good job by Ponslov, really, to hold off on that one, too.
2-2 pitch. 2 outs here as Spartans trail by 1. And they're going to back off again. And we'll reset that one more time here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carrera on the mound. The runners will take their leads second and first. Here's the pitch. And a little dribble out front. It's going to be fouled off the foot, actually. And it'll stay 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tim, I had to laugh. I just looked over at Coach Colero and Coach DeGennaro, who good friends from their Newcastle days, both Newcastle graduates, but they were in the exact same pose as they were waiting for that pitch. Hands on the knees, kind of in a they're ready to receive the ground ball. They're ready to go and try to steal third base. You got to love the intensity that these 2 guys bring out there for their teams. This is awesome.
Look in for the sign. Runners take their lead. 2 down here in the third. And a foul ball again, and we'll do it one more time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. Ponslov at the plate, the catcher. He struck out in the first inning.
Had a double in the game yesterday, going 1 for 2. And a good at bat here just to foul a couple of pitches off.
So here we go, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball at the plate, and we'll do it one more time.
Tell you what, too, how about that? Coro, little arm angle change.
Yes,
you notice that?
yeah,
He almost dropped down sidearm for that one.
Which is really a great thing to do if you're able to achieve that as a pitcher. Just give a different look once in a while. You don't want to tip your pitches and show which one it is all the time, but if you can do it every 3-4 pitches or every, once an inning just to show it for a certain pitch, that's a wonderful thing. And time was called. That is no pitch there.
Yeah, long pause from Corio, and good job of Ponslov asking for time, but we didn't see it yesterday. Like, we saw a player just kind of walk out or put the hand up. He asked for time. It was granted, never took the hand off the bat, and then once time was called is then when he runs out of the box.
As the runners take their lead, 2 down, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, third base side, foul. And we'll do it again.
So he's already fouled off 4 pitches here in this game. Maybe taking a cue from the Laurel softball team when they were up here at Neshannock last week. They fouled off, I believe the number was 22. 22 two-strike pitches in the course of that game.
That's making them earn every at-bat. That's awesome.
That's how you drive up a pitch count. Not nearly as important in a softball game, naturally, but
yes,
still.
Here's the pitch. High drive, left field, towards the line, into the foul territory. He makes the running catch. Is Gleese.
Yeah, Luke Gleese, a man on a mission like he was shot out of a gun, and he was a good 2 or 3 feet in the foul territory before he got to that one, Tim. He needed every inch of foul territory, and, man, he ran a long way to make that catch.
All right, here's my partner James Dawson with the Melee Minute for the softball updates.
Well, thanks, Tim. Let's take a look at the softball going on. Newcastle, a big win, 11-7 yesterday. Did not clinch the playoffs with that win over Hopewell, but they need to wait and see. Montour, one of the strong teams, they need to beat Blackhawk. If they do, then both Blackhawk and Newcastle will be in the postseason. If Blackhawk pulls off the upset, then Newcastle will be at home. Elwood City, a big game against Neshannock yesterday, and the number 3 team in Class 3A was mercy ruled by the Neshannock Lancers in their game yesterday. Neshannock still undefeated on the season, currently ranked 4 in the Trib Live rankings. Laurel number 5 in the rankings in Class 2A. Big win over Western Beaver yesterday. They're supposed to play against Southside and against the Beaver Bobcats here coming up. Neshannock actually, by the way, playing at Armstrong today, so that was a 6-1 game in the second inning at last score update. Mohawk also in the postseason. They lost to Union in extra innings last night, 8-6 in a battle of 2 playoff teams. Union, the number 2 team in Class 1A, won that game 8-6. And in District 10, Wilmington will be at West Middlesex today, currently 3rd in region play, but time winding down on the District 10 season, though they have one more week of regular season play next week before the playoffs come around. There is your Melee Minute, brought to you by Melee Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. We're keeping you informed of everything going on across the WPIAL and across Lawrence County in terms of your softball updates.
All right, as Colorado finishes his warm-ups here, as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, we have Schaefer, Melder, and Wren due up here for the Lancers.
Well, Corio had only thrown 25 pitches through 2 innings. He threw 20 in that inning alone, and a lot of it due to the 4 fouled off by Connor Ponslov. But on the other end here, Calderero, that's pitch number 50 to start off this inning, and he's thrown 1 fewer innings and already has more pitches thrown. So Neshannock game plan, get the pitch count up. Well, if that is the game plan, they're successful so far.
Second pitch is for a strike to even the count at 1-1.
Which isn't a bad strategy normally on the second day when you find out how deep a pitching staff really is.
Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. So Colorado, number 25 on the mound here for the Spartans. Caldero makes the pitch and swing and a miss. And they'll even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And also just in general, when you have a kid in Calderero who finished off the game yesterday and comes right back to start the next day, you also question at that point exactly that. What does the full staff look like? But this one, another cricket bowl. Looks like he's trying maybe like a changeup and just gripping it a little bit too tight there, Tim.
Yeah, that one bounced in front of the home plate, but it just pulls it out at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here to the leadoff batter here in the 3rd inning. And that is up high, and he walks Schaefer for the 2nd time today. And he'll head to first as the leadoff walk here in the 3rd inning.
Grant Melder now to the plate. He walked also in the 1st inning. And something I wanted to mention in talking to Coach DeGennaro, Calderero, this is really his first year in many years as a pure pitcher. Really hadn't been utilized that much on the mound in his first 3 years of high school play, and he's still becoming a better pitcher each and every time he goes out there. So
it is a learning experience. You just don't give a young man the ball and expect him to be able to throw strikes consistently.
First pitch there, a strike, Tim. And with that, too, like, Coach DeGennaro was the first one to say, like, absolutely loves the kind of kid and the hard worker, somebody who deserves those opportunities, deserves those breaks, and just such a great kid. And you love hearing that from the coaches. All right, he is a great player. He's a great hitter. He's a great pitcher. When you hear a coach say he's a great person, first and foremost, that's what we love to hear.
Fly ball, foul ball right side, and it is going to land out of play. So strike one. Strike two, excuse me.
Ayers gave a long chase down there on the third base line.
So Grant Melder at the plate. Schaefer on first. We're in the third inning.
Neshannock softball fans, by the way, score now 11-4. They lead Armstrong.
As Neshannock at the plate here. Melder on a 1-2 pitch. On outside corner, strike three called. So Caldoraro came away with the strikeout there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Ponslov set up way outside, and he actually missed his mark. He was trying to get Melder to chase, but in the end, it ended up working out because it did catch the black.
Here's the pit. Runner goes. No throw down. As the ball gets away from the catcher underneath his mitt. And it'll be a stolen base here for Schaefer.
Looks like strike on the pitch to Nate Rind, who was a strikeout victim. But how about that? That's 3 stolen bases now for Neshannock in this game.
Here's the pitch again. And this one will go outside to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Now runner at second base on the stolen base by Schaefer. He'll take his lead. Neshannock leads 1-0 here in the third. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball again, right side. And this will go out of play. That a little too tall. What makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes?
With 1 down, though, this is the opportunity that Coach Q was looking for. Can these guys in the 4, 5, 6 spots in the order cash in without your RBI leader on the season?
And the runner goes down to third on this pass ball. And they're going to get him. How about that? Schaefer tried to advance on that ball that bounced in front of home plate. But what a nice play there by Ponslov as he was able to keep it in front of him, never rushed himself, straightened him up, and threw down to third base to get the out.
And that's one that, a lot of these players are trained. If you see a ball in the dirt and you read it early, then, yeah, you can go ahead and try to take that base.
And that goes outside, ball 1. Or, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Check that. I think I got it on a full count.
Yeah, there it is, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So he works the walk. Now put a Lancer back on the base paths here.
And I think we're going to have Andrew Moses coming out as a courtesy runner now for the catcher.
Again, one of those great rules here in high school where to get the catcher a chance to get back to the dugout, get his equipment on, be ready for the next defensive inning. And I just think it gets an opportunity to get more players on the field, too, for each school that does that.
Oh, and you want to talk about a great kid. Andrew Moses is the one you hear
ball
first.
Going to get by the catcher again, and Moses will advance up to second base.
Yeah, pass ball there as that one just got away from Ponslov, and it was kind of screened. Moses didn't even see that it had gotten away, but he's able to advance on that pass ball. But same thing, Andrew Moses, a kid that first thing you hear from the coach's mouth. What a great kid, probably going to be a valedictorian candidate, one of those 99 GPA ridiculous numbers. Those are the fun things you love to hear.
Oh, yeah. And, like I said, it just gets more people involved in the game at this level. That's what you want. I think, keeps the entire team engaged and gives managers an opportunity to really make, interesting decisions throughout the game. Ground ball, third base side, foul.
Makes the count 2-1. Calderero. That was pitch number 67. Again, 100 pitch limit in the regular season. That will bump up to 105 come playoff time. Extra 5 pitches, and you'd be surprised how often that is enough.
And another opportunity. Moses takes the base on that. I don't know if that was more of a wild pitch. Bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, I agree. But that's exactly the same scenario that you had with Schaefer.
Yeah.
The difference was it just was a half step earlier that Moses read it, which is why he's the courtesy runner probably, and but also it skipped away just that half inch further.
And here comes the run home on the slow ground ball. Throw first. And off the bag. Yes, I believe. Yes, they're going to say he was off the bag, and that will be a run scored here for Neshannock.
But there it is. That's the difference. Is the fact that you get that extra base. Now just a simple grounder with 2 outs. Not only does it get the runner advanced, but it gets the run in. Good hustle by Altmaier to force a quick throw from Tellez, and it just pulled Ayers off the bag enough. Coach DeGennaro is going to go out and ask for an appeal. And you're really not going to be able to get much of an appeal in terms of a pull off the bag, but yeah. I do like this. The umpires are going to go out and at least have a discussion to make sure that they saw the same thing.
Under a 2-man crew, it's very difficult you're ever going to see, I think, any call in baseball ever overturned. Once in a great while you may see it, but it's worth a shot. You got nothing to lose. Worst they can do is say we're not going to do it, or it's not going to change the outcome of the play. Which again, Neshannock takes full advantage of that with the courtesy runner, getting the runner over to third base, and he comes home on the ground ball. That was an error at first base, and it's now 2-0.
Now Altmaier stands at first.
Pallarino at the plate, the right fielder. Singled in his first at-bat and scored in the second inning. Altmaier goes back to first base as Calderero steps off the mound. And it gets by Punzloff again, and the runner will advance to second base on the play.
Yeah, that's a stolen base there. He was straight stealing on the pitch there, Tim. And again, the gun that we've seen from Punzloff, but Neshannock not afraid to take bases. 4 stolen bases plus a couple advances on pass balls.
Here's the pitch. And a fly ball center field. This one may drop as it comes in from the left fielder coming in and making the play in Pasquarello. And that will end the inning. But they score another run here to increase their lead to 2-1 or 2-0 here after 3 innings of play. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
As we moved here down to the top of the 4th inning, the Spartans trailing 2-0 here to the Lancers.
Another Crane Room score update. Shenango has tied it up. God, does this feel like yesterday?
Yes,
One
it does.
1-1. Shenango ties it up now in the top of the 6th inning. Here at Neshannock, though, 2 unearned runs scored by Neshannock on the 2 Laurel errors. That's why you have a 2-0 Neshannock lead here.
Corio on the mound as we enter the 4th inning here.
Big thank you, Barb Kennard. Not only is she the best trainer around, she's also apparently the best water delivery person. Pitch count update. Calderero, 72 pitches thrown for Laurel. On the other side, we're at 45 for Sebastian Corio, who you see delivering this first pitch.
Swing and a miss to Calderero.
trying to help his own cause, and that's the home run swing that you've seen plenty of this year if you're a Spartan fan. He's at 6 home runs on the season.
And second pitch is in for a strike. He's up 0-2 here.
And to show the power, because he hit – it's one thing if you hit a hard fastball and send it flying, but he hit a breaking ball yesterday that hit into the woods at Laurel, and that's not an easy feat.
Swing and a miss, strikes him out to start the 4th inning. Corio now with his 3rd strikeout of the game.
And he comes with that fastball that normally Calderero is one to jump on and drive, but that one on an 0-2 pitch up high, tough one to lay off. Great pitch there from Sebastian Corio.
And now it brings up the lefty in Pasquarello. He'll take the first pitch outside, ball 1. Corio from the windup. Hits the inside corner for a strike. Even up the count at 1-1. Open stance here for Pasquarello. And popped it up right at home plate. The catcher going to make a move and makes the play. Is Ran. Excuse me.
And you know what? He did the right thing, though. Home plate umpire Andy Presner got the worst of it. As a catcher, you're supposed to find the ball, then chuck the mask as far away as you can. He did. It just ended up going right into the legs of the umpire.
Yep. 2 down here in the 4th. Corio from the lineup. Going to be outside, ball 1.
Luke McCoy, who nearly legged out. He thought he did leg out a ground ball to shortstop the last time. Now has the third baseman Schaefer playing way up on the fake grass after that show of bunt.
Here's the pitch, and on the inside, just off the corner, goes to 2-0. Here's the pitch. Again, inside, just off the corner, and it goes to 3-0 here. Corio working from the first base side of the rubber. As the Lancers lead 2-0 here. And he loses them on 4 straight pitches.
How about that after, well, it's only 4 or 5 pitches to the first 2 batters and a 4-pitch walk. Don't see many of those in the second one of the day issued by the senior hurler, Sebastian Corio. So that'll bring Ryan Tellis to the plate with 2 outs. Laurel with a win could still get a share of the section title. Neshannock with a win could be tied for second or could be tied for third, depending on what happens in that Riverside game.
Tellis leans away from the inside pitch. Ball 1.
Now it's 5 in a row, and you wonder if Coach DeGennaro will be putting the handcuffs on Tellis until Corio can get one over the plate.
Corio looking for outside. It goes inside, and he misses again as Wren was sent up on the outside.
Yeah, Wren was ready to chuck one down to first base, but couldn't quite hold on to it. And that's now 6 in a row.
6 in a row, yeah. He's just lost the strike zone here after getting the first 2 outs. Corio delivers. And a 5-ball foul just down the left field line.
Yeah, that one didn't go foul by much.
So Corio, number 6 on the mound, working in his 4th inning.
You wonder, with the fact that Tellis was ahead of that pitch, Tim, it's become commonplace in major leagues, and it's kind of trickled its way down into college and high school. But that 2-0 breaking ball, the 2-0 changeup to try to get it so that a player isn't just sitting on that fastball.
Throws over. Gets the runner back. McCoy at first. He's on a walk with 2 outs. He takes his lead at first. Corio from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, McCoy with wheels over there. Same thing. You wonder if 2-2 count, maybe try to get in motion, try to get the defense moving.
There he goes. McCoy's on the move. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Won't matter as the inning ends on the strike 3. As Neshannock continues to lead Laurel here after 3.5 innings of play. It's 2-0 Lancers. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
As we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning, as it'll be Pellerino, Gleese coming up.
But it looks like we're going to have a new hurler out there on the mound as starter Cam Calderero, 3 innings, 72 pitches. Now Hunter Kabalka will step in and step onto the artificial mound here in the top of the 4th inning. I'm trying to look around. It looks like it's just going to be a straight position change, flip-flop, Kabalka from third to the mound, and Calderero over to third base.
All right, so Kabalka will start the 4th inning on the mound here for the Spartans as they trail 2-0. Looking to keep it right there for them to get back at the plate. They came away with a big 4-3 victory yesterday in this 2-game series.
Yeah, so let's talk about these scenarios real quick while we have a moment. Let's say first that Shenango wins the game down at Oleastro Field today over Riverside. If that happens, then Shenango and Riverside are co-champions. If Laurel wins this game, it's actually tri-champions between those three, and Neshannock would be in 4th place. If Neshannock wins and Shenango wins, then you have a 2-way tie for first and a 2-way tie for third. We'll get the scenarios if Riverside wins that game here after this first pitch coming from Kabalka.
Kabalka delivers, and on the outside corner with a breaking ball for a strike.
So if Riverside wins that game, then you could have a potential 3-way tie between Shenango, Laurel, and Neshannock if Neshannock wins this game, or a 2-way tie between Laurel and Shenango if Laurel wins this game. Got it?
There you go. Outside ball 1. Even to count at 1-1 here.
It's just simple math, as I had to tell the Newcastle News.
It is. It's just simple math that you just have to know
But a lot
exactly all the scenarios that come along with it.
Well,
and that's going to be inside ball 2 on that pitch.
well, and the simple math is just the fact that there's 4 different possibilities just based on the 2 different games that we have going on, and that's why we have both of them being covered today, because it's so crucial not only for section superiority, but also in terms of what's going to happen in the playoff seedings.
Foul ball, third base side.
Coach Shue wants to show off the legs a little bit. And when you look at this for the playoffs coming up, I think it's a pretty safe shot. Sarah Catholic and Seton LaSalle will be the 1 and 2. Riverside and Shenango, could they be the 3 and 4? Carmichael's probably in there as either the 4 or the 5 seed. And then you got these 2 teams, Burgettstown, Shadyside Academy, all teams that are, in that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range. I mean, this is going to be a very difficult opening round, especially if you're having to play one of those teams in that 7, 8 range.
And here's a drive to left field, diving forward, and Pasquarello's going to come up with the catch. Diving forward, making the play. Wow, what a play there by the left fielder and Pasquarello.
Well, you know what? Pasquarello's just saying, hey, I've gotten lots of play of the game, Melee Chiropractic play of the game T-shirts from my time on the football field. I would have had one yesterday if you guys were out at the game yesterday, but you weren't. So guess what? I'm just going to do the same thing again. What a great
I'm
play.
going to make you think about it, that's for sure.
Oh, man, that's an early and easy nomination for your Melee Chiropractic play of the game on that one.
And that pitch is going to be inside, ball 1. Kabalka now on the mound here for the Spartans. Going to be outside, ball 2.
So now Luke Lease will step to the plate. He walked from the 9-hole in his first at bat.
The righty throws on the inside corner for a strike.
So Jack Lease, Luke Lease, you also have Rob Gleese, who on a similar play in a JV game broke his wrist. That's a third Gleese on the team. And oh, by the way, the fourth of the quadruplets, Jenna Gleese, in there as a volleyball player and a great athlete as well. So the Gleese family, well represented time and time again. Always fun to mention the 4 Gleeses out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Here's the pitch. Side corner for a strike. And 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Kabalka with the payoff pitch. Down low, ball 4.
So back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, but 2 at-bats, 2 walks, drawn by the 9-hitter Luke Lease. And, you know, I mean, he only has a .269 average, but, again, another guy who has an on-base percentage close to .400 because of what he can do and of seeing the ball well in the batter's box. And that turns the order over yet again. Cabellas, who singled and doesn't get an RBI, but he's the reason why the first run for Neshannock came across the board.
And ground ball to second base, throw out to first, relay to first is going to be no good. Nice play there by Ponsloff, backing up that play. And they did get the lead runner at second base, trying to turn that double play. No error on the play, obviously. You can't assume a double play, and the ball was backed up perfectly there by the catcher.
Yeah, Ponsloff working hard. Tell us, how about that, though? He's going towards the first base side. Little slide, little turn, makes a nice strong throw to McCoy to get the lead runner.
Great fundamentals. You don't see that too often. It's hard to for a catcher to get up and move like that, but he did a fantastic job covering first base there.
Tellis and McCoy, though, have been a nice little tandem in the middle infield over the course of the year.
Pitch is just outside for a ball.
J.R. Prosson here at the plate, a ground out and a fly out in his 2 plate appearances.
Inside again. 2 balls, no strikes here with 2 outs. Prosson at the plate, runner at first. Here's the pitch, again low, and it's now 3-0.
And again, there's a situation that, you know, why are you throwing a breaking ball on 2-0? Well, that's because your good hitters are sitting dead red, ready to smash any fastball over the middle of the plate.
That's what pitching backwards can do for you. It can put you in positions where you have to rely on the breaking ball, and there's one on the inside corner for a strike. And, you know, obviously when you're dealing with aluminum bats, you can be more aggressive as a hitter. You can really wait for certain pitches in certain zones and really take advantage of it. Runner goes. Fan is going to be swat out into right field for a base hit. Runner will advance to third on the throw, and we have runners at first and third here. Now with 2 outs here for the Lancers.
Yeah, good piece of hitting with the hit and run. Basically, I mean, you expect you might have a vacated spot at second base. Didn't matter. I mean, that was a base hit all day, no matter what, from J.R. Prosson. Going the other way. Only the 3rd hit of the game for the Lancers, but with Cabellas off and running with the pitch, never hesitated. He's going first to third easily. And now you got runners on the corners, 2 down. Anything's possible here.
Yep.
You know, all those fun steals that, you know, these coaches have 10,000 plays hidden up their sleeve.
Colton Schaefer now at the plate. Schaefer walked his first 2 times in the game. Takes that one outside, ball 1.
First hit given up by Kabalka. 3rd in the game as Calderero gave up 2 in his 3 innings of work.
Kabalka, the righty, from the stretch. And it's going to be inside, ball 2.
And good block again as that one's down low. And I'll tell you what, Ponsloff has made a few too many of those blocks probably for his liking.
He's had a busy day behind that plate. There's no question about it. He's done a nice job. So he checks the runner on first. Kobalka delivers. And runner will move from take off from first to second on the stolen base.
And that will be a stolen base because there was a fake throw made by Ponslav. If he just stands there, that's catcher's indifference. You wouldn't get the stolen base. But instead, it's the 5th of the day by Neshannock base runners.
I would even give him no matter what because of the situation. First and third. Here's a swing, and we're going to have a foul ball right side and out of play.
I won't disagree with you there, Tim, in that logic, but
If
sadly
it was-
that's not
if-
how the rules
yeah.
are written. That's if the catcher just stands there with the ball, then you can't award a stolen base no matter what. Even if it's a steal of home and the catcher never tries to make a play.
Someone needs to correct that.
I agree.
That's just not knowing the game. That's just the honest to God truth.
I'm
that's,
with
that's
you.
low. Yeah, because the running game is about, obviously if it was 5-0, you could say indifference. There's certain scores I would totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're leading 2-0 in the 4th inning, that's an important run, and there's a walk there.
Yeah,
And
third
now we
walk
got
drawn.
bases loaded.
How about that? Third walk drawn by Schaefer. A great eye that he has at the plate. And now bases full of Lancers. And looks like Coach DeGennaro is going to stay in the dugout. Quilero, DeGennaro, we're sticking. It's Coach Q and Coach D the rest of the way. Sorry, guys.
much easier.
All
right.
Remind me next inning, Tim, about the things that these two longtime friends and rivals have said about each other.
Grant Mulder, swing and a miss on the first pitch with bases loaded.
I'll tell you
Actually,
what.
I think he fouled that one off.
He did get a piece of it, yeah. Look, he's got 10 RBIs on the year and one of the top averages in the lineup today, hitting .424. Again, if you're just joining us, Andrew Fry not playing today by a player's decision.
Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. He makes it no balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded here. Full of Lancers. 2 outs. We're in the 4th inning. Lancers lead 2-0. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, good job. Hit your spot, but Ponslav set up well in the other batter's box, trying to get Melder to chase on that 0-2 breaking ball.
Kobalka just came on this inning to pitch here for the Spartans. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. So Grant Mulder goes down on strikes as we have played 4 innings here in Neshannock with the Lancers leading the Spartans 2-0. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
As we move to the top of the 5th inning, Lancers up 2-0 here. As it will be Kobalka, Andre, and Ayers due up here for the Spartans.
And wanted to mention again, Tim, Coach DeGennaro, Coach Quilero, longtime friends, and just the good things that you've heard both of these teams saying about each other, these coaches saying about each other's teams. Coach DeGennaro said it wasn't 20 minutes after the game had ended, the teams were on the bus, that Coach Q called him and just said, hey, what a great game you guys played. That was so much fun. Can't wait to do it again tomorrow. And Coach Q basically reciprocated the exact same things when I talked to him before the game, just in terms of the respect that these two coaches, these two teams have for each other, second to none. It's been really fun all week long as we've been preparing for this, talking to both coaches, preparing for this game. Been really fun to hear that.
Corio delivers, and he's now up 0-2 here to Kobalka. The righty delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. to start the inning.
With a 3-pitch strikeout. And coming into this inning, Tim, as that's his 5th K of the game, double check that, 5th K of the game, yes, that he's working ahead. He's averaging 15 pitches per inning through the first 4 innings. That's really the number you want to go for.
Yeah, that's right on target. So Corio with the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike. Andre got a base hit in the first at-bat in the 3rd inning.
First hit of the year, Tim.
All right. Limited opportunities at the plate. Outside corner for strike 2.
Remember when Sebastian Corio threw like 6 or 7 straight balls in a row?
Yeah, where he lost the strike zone for a little bit. Yeah, he's not lost it now.
Yeah, 5 straight to come out here to start the inning with this team with a 2-0 lead.
Andre will ask for time and step out again here. Kind of trying to slow down Corio, who's really found a groove.
That's exactly what you should be doing.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's number 6. And I'll bring up Logan Ayers.
And again, 2 strikeouts, both on 3 pitches to start the inning.
So the lefty will step in at the plate, facing the righty in Corio. Corio's pitch on the outside, just off the corner for ball 1.
I jinxed him. Tried the backdoor breaking ball, just kind of curled around the plate.
I was ready for the arm to go up, and it didn't happen. Here's the pitch. And that time he finds the corner for a strike.
And it is crazy from our angle up here, Tim. I mean, as you're watching at home. The height is what is so difficult for us to judge.
Exactly. Here's the pitch again. He's in a groove. Foul straight back. Logan Ayers hanging in there against Corio.
Yeah, like that first strike from up here, I mean, I'm ready to hear complaints and, whoa, where is that? That's way low coming from the Laurel dugout. Not hearing it.
No. Corio for the Lancers. Delivers. Up high.
Well, that's also, too, because, I mean, as I mentioned, both these coaches saying each other's programs, just class acts. That's just something that is taught by the coaches as well to the players. Like, that we don't say that sort of stuff either towards the other players, towards the umpires, anything.
Here's the pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Full count.
Full count, 3-2. Okay. Corio with the payoff pitch. It's served into right field, and it's going to get past the right fielder, go all the way to the wall. Ayers digging for second, and he'll get a stand-up double here with 2 outs as Logan Ayers keeps the Spartans' hopes alive here in the 5th inning as they now have a runner in scoring position.
Logan Ayers absolutely crushed that ball, and I'll tell you what, if not for the quick play off of the wall by Pallarino and the quick gun coming back in, I mean, it could have easily been a triple. It could have potentially been even more, but good job to keep Ayers at second base. That is his 3rd double of the year, but listen to this. His hits on the year, 5 singles, now 3 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs. The master of the extra base hit.
Well, you know, that's just smart base running on Ayers' part because you never want to make the first or third out at third base. And when you haven't had many base runners in a while, you want to be in scoring position. Holding up at second base makes a lot of sense. Giving DeRosa an opportunity here, another guy who can drive and runs.
13 of them on the year, Tim. 13 RBI.
So the pitch to DeRosa, swing and a miss.
Just like that, quickly up 0-2 against DeRosa.
Corio, the righty, checks on the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. And that'll end the inning on the 7th strikeout here for Corio.
He strikes out the side with a double in there. And did you see the fist pump, Tim? That one got Corio really pumped up there on the hill.
All right, we have played 5.5 with the Lancers leading the Spartans 2-0. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Maybe when it counts the most when the seedings happens.
They definitely have 14-4 victory for Neshannock softball over Armstrong. Again, a ranked team in Class 5A. I mean, you got to get that ranking up higher than where they are currently ranked 4th in Class 2A, in my mind. But that's just me.
Kolbalka delivers outside ball 1. Kolbalka in his second inning of work here for the Spartans.
Facing the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Neshannock.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball inside the bag at third base, fair down the line. As they're going to stretch it out to double, the throw out, safe at second base. Run with the leadoff double here to start the 5th inning here for the Lancers.
7th double of the year that actually leads all players for Neshannock. And it's just a hard hit ground ball right down the line. He'll use the wheels to get to second, and then he'll go have a seat on the bench. Courtesy runner Andrew Moses will be back out there to run, but a good piece of hitting and a great leadoff hit to get Neshannock going, trying to extend their 2-0 advantage.
Yeah, take advantage of that courtesy runner at second base with Moses. Takes his lead. He scored earlier in that position as a courtesy runner in the 3rd inning. First pitch was a strike. Kolbalka checks on the runner. Little flare behind second base, jumped up, nice grab there by Tellis. As he came up with that grab, leaving his feet there at second base.
Yeah, he needed every inch in that vertical there because that one just almost got over the
that
the
ball
glove
almost
hand.
had eyes, as they like to say.
Texas leaguer, but robbed by Tellis.
Pallarino at the plate now, the lefty. Serves one out deep down the line, left field, and making the catch there is Pasquarello. No. Did he drop it?
He caught it, but it was so deep.
Okay, yeah, the runner advanced. Okay.
Yeah, well.
Moses tied up and moved his third base on the play.
Yeah, well read by Moses, seeing, I mean, normally you don't think a tag up to left field.
Yeah.
But what he does on that is he sees not only is it a deep fly ball, but Pasquarello catches it backing up, which is so tough then to be able to regather and get the throw back in. So great job to read that and to make a great play to get to third. Now you're just 90 feet away. One pass ball gets another run across.
And I'll bring up Gleese. He walked the last time out. In the 4th inning. Down low. So runner at third base, 2 down here.
Yeah, Jack Gleese actually 0 for 2. A couple of flyouts. Luke Gleese, a couple of walks hitting in the on-deck circle.
That's the one I looked down. Seen the wrong Gleese there. On the outside corner for a strike.
Trust me, I've been saying that for years. I had to coach. I had to coach that terrible trio. Let me tell you.
Runner takes his lead at third base. Swing and a miss there by Gleese.
But I will take I'll take credit for Luke playing left field just because early on the only way I could distinguish him for a while it was Luke in left, Rob in right. That's the only way I could keep track
left
of him.
and right makes sense. Here's the pitch. And a little flare past shortstop off his glove. McCoy couldn't handle it. And it'll be a base hit. And a run scores here as Moses comes across for the second time as a courtesy runner.
But again, that all goes back to the sacrifice fly. Not a true sacrifice, but being able to move to third, tagging up on the fly ball on the previous play. Your courtesy runner helps get the job done.
So Gleese on the move. Throw down to second base. High throw. Safe on the stolen base.
And again, a runner in scoring position now.
So Luke Gleese at the plate as Jack steals the base.
And Jack at second base. Now you got me doing it, Tim.
Yeah.
Jack at second base going to take in a little extra second because as the throw was high, came back down, kind of a hard tag on the top of the head. You know, nothing intentional or anything like that. Just try to gather himself, make sure he's all right. And we might be getting a. Oh, no, they're saying ready to play. I thought they might be making a call to Barb.
So Gleese takes his lead at second. That is Jack. As a pitch gets down low as he takes a base. Jack sees the ball squirt away and wisely takes the extra base. And now at third base as the ball's got away from Punsloff.
That's it. Again, you just smart baseball. You see it in the dirt. You read it early. You can make that switch. You can make that move.
It was a wild pitch there. And then again, outside.
Because even a pitch like that doesn't get away by much, if you read it early enough, you can easily take the 90 feet if you have the good secondary. It's all about the fundamentals first of the secondary lead.
2-1 pitch coming with runner at third base. Outside corner for a strike here for Kobalka. 2-2.
Gleese, 9 RBIs on the year. Luke Gleese trying to knock his brother in.
Here's ground ball to short. They have to make a quick throw. Long throw, bounces in front, no good. Run scores again here for the Lancers. And that will go as a base hit. I think that's an infield hit if you ask me.
We'll see how they roll. I think you got to rule that one an error because it was still a plenty in time throw by a couple of steps. I think that one you have to rule an error, sadly.
That was a slow roller. That's what made it a tough play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Either Jack Leese gets an RBI on a single or Luke Leese gets an RBI on a single. The other one's going to get an error and a run scoring on it. Either way, it's 4-0.
Yep. Big inning here for the Lancers as they increase double their lead here to 4-0.
Didn't get a chance to mention Luke Leese, who had one of the more interesting plays in the last game that we had covered here, Tim.
Cabela's at the plate. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw down, and it's going to go into center field. He'll just stay there at second base. But another stolen base here.
Yeah, so what happened was Luke Leese was up with runners on second and third. He lays down the suicide squeeze that scores Pallarino, the first runner. His brother Jack was at second base, never stopped running, and he scored on the play as well. 2 runs on a double squeeze. And now Luke's shown off the wheels himself. He's at second base with his second stolen base of the day.
Kobalka checks on the runner and delivers. And we got a foul ball left side. It'll run out of play.
I'm very disappointed by the effort of our cameraman, Rob Nattell, on that play. Didn't go for the ball, didn't show like he was trying to protect the equipment. I don't know about
He's
that
just like hanging in the corner, nonchalant. I got this. I'm in good shape. If we can only get a picture of him right there.
Yeah, we might have to try. I do think lucky for him the pole is right in the way.
Here's the pitch. And outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kobalka in his second inning on the mound here for the Spartans. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. And a fly ball left field. And Pasquarello squeeze it and end the inning on the fly ball. But we've played 5 here at Neshannock with the Lancers leading the Spartans 4-0.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
As we move now to the 6th inning, it's time for my partner James Dotson to take you the rest of the way.
Well, thank you, Tim Continenza. And guess what? Rob just texted us, unprovoked. He said, I should have caught that.
Someone must be listening down there and coaching them.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Or somebody's listening into us right now and relaying that to them.
Yeah.
Update from Shenango, they have taken a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning in that game down at Dan Oleaster Field. We thank our updates from Hannah Bowen down at that one. Neshannock leading now here 4-0 as you see our Crane Room scroller going across with all the other games going on across the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We'll see if we can get an update on the Newcastle score here in a moment. But here with a 4-0 advantage, and Sebastian Corio will throw a first pitch breaking ball, misses inside for ball 1. It's 3-4-5 hitters due up, Ponslov, Calderero, and Pasquarello. And if you're Laurel, you're thinking only 6 outs remaining. Now's the time to get something going with the heart of the order coming up here right now as well.
Yeah, right now it's base runners. When you're down 4-0, you're just thinking base runners. You just want to get somebody on and see if we can get this inning started.
Oh, a good start as it's a 3-0 count now as Corio again keeping that 15 pitch per inning
average going.
Yeah, it was going. Taken all the way there, it looks like was Ponslov. 0 for 2, though he fouled off 4 pitches in his last at bat. The 3-1. Swung on and drilled towards center field, right at Cubelis yet again. He's had a couple of those hard hit balls that he hasn't had to move very far for.
Yeah, Cubelis did a nice job there, just right in line with it and just measured it up and made the catch.
Yeah, sometimes that line drive right at you in the outfield is one of the toughest plays for an outfielder, especially a center fielder, to make.
Yeah, I mean, center field is probably the easiest of the 3 positions simply because you get the truest look on the ball. But it comes at you really quick, especially on a line drive.
And you got to make a lot of ground up at times, too.
It's really instinct playing. It really is. You can't really overthink it. You have to move left, right, back, in. And it's just purely reading the ball off the bat, which is not the easiest thing to do, especially when you're that far away.
Calderero now 0-2 after a couple of pitches on the outside corner thrown by Corio. Calderero a line out and a strikeout in his 2 at-bats. Corio rocks and fires. There's a sidearm, again trying to change the arm angle, change the little eye candy there really for Calderero in the box.
Corio does such a nice job here today. Just really relaxed, making his pitches, not getting too excited, just staying right in rhythm.
This one fouled back to the screen. Count will remain 1-2 as Corio now up to 84 pitches thrown in the game. The 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 9. And the second time Calderero has gone down on the punch out today.
He has just been on fire. Like I said, just easy throwing. I mean, this is, textbook when you talk about pitching. You just want to get on the mound, look in for the sign, get into your rhythm, and deliver the ball, and he has done such a nice job, and he's mixed it up really well. I mean, these strikeouts, it's just like 1 or 2 an inning. Nothing, no big run of 5 or 6 in a row, but more of a, I got one out that way, and then we'll get a fly ball, get a ground ball. He's mixed it up nice today.
1-0 the count to Pasquarello. Swings through that 1-0 offering, evens the count at 1-1. Pasquarello a 367 hitter on the season. Also showing off the wheels both in the outfield and on the bases. Leads the team with 6 swiped bags. He pops this one up towards shallow center field into the Bermuda Triangle, and it's going to be Luke Gleese to make the call. And again, a long run for Luke to make a catch in left field to end the inning. And a 3-up, 3-down, top of the 6th inning for the Spartans. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th when we return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
The booth having a little fun with Sweet Caroline playing out there on the field. Now a little Seven Nation Army, the walk-up song for J.R. Prosson for Neshannock as the Lancers lead with this 4-0 advantage. 2-3-4, Prosson, Schaefer, and Melder, the 3 coming to the plate for Neshannock here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1 to Prosson. Senior leader. And we're going to have another Crane Room score update here in a moment. This one's fouled back to the screen. It is a final. Shenango defeats Riverside 2-1. So that means Shenango and Riverside are co-champions in Section 2. If Laurel comes back and wins this, it would be tri-champions. Otherwise, it'll be Neshannock and Laurel tied for 3rd place, as this one's popped up by Prosson down the first baseline, and in foul territory making the catch is Logan Ayers for the first out of the inning. So Riverside and Shenango will both finish with 9-3 records in section play.
Wow, congratulations to Shenango. Needing those 2 victories back-to-back. Not easy to go on the road down to Riverside to win, and they were able to get it.
First pitch swinging is Colton Schaefer. He doesn't have an official at bat yet today, and he still doesn't. Is it running out of real estate? Great effort by Ryan Tellis, but it goes right off the edge of his glove as he was running deep into foul territory. Great effort by all 3 going out there.
That's one thing here in Neshannock. You do have a very nice ability to play things in foul territory. It is a large side on both. It's equal. It looks like about in the same distance on the left side and the right side. And there's a lot of play in foul territory here.
So the 0-1 now to Schaefer. Drilled between short and third for a 1-out single. Colton Schaefer on base 4 times today.
Wow. Really taking advantage of that foul ball that was almost caught down the right field line in foul territory. Give him second life and takes advantage on the next pitch and drives it in to the outfield for a base hit and gets the Lancers back on the base pass here.
They've already swiped. I have 7 stolen bases now unofficially. Wow. First pitch breaking ball misses outside to Grant Melder, 0 for 2 with a pair of backwards Ks on the day. Schaefer does have one of those swiped bags, but then was caught stealing back in the third as he tried to advance to third on a wild pitch. He's off and going. Throw down. That was a pseudo pitch out, and the throw was a little bit offline. Will lead to another stolen base.
Yeah. You got to give the Lancers a lot of credit. They just continue to run when they get the opportunities on the base pass, putting pressure on Laurel here.
Well, that was something I remember Coach Q was talking about when they had their 2020 team that had 10 seniors on it who didn't get a chance to play in their final year, that they were going to be a fast team, that they were going to try to steal day in and day out. Maybe didn't get a chance with that season to be able to do it, but maybe taking that mantra a couple years later here with the 2022 squad.
Well, that's what you want to do. I mean, you want to put pressures on a defense to make a pitcher to pay attention to the runners, to make a catcher make accurate throws to different bases, to make the fielders catch the ball and apply tags. I mean, it's all part of the game, and anytime you can put pressure on a defense, it is an advantage to the offense in baseball.
3-1 now the count, and this one's going to be fisted back foul and out of play. Count now full to Grant Melder with one down in the bottom of the sixth inning.
And anytime you have runners in motion, you know, you're moving defenders out of position they're normally there, and give a hitter an opportunity to find a bigger hole to get a base hit in.
Balka comes set, breaking ball, misses inside for ball 4. 2 on, 1 down. Nate Rind will step to the plate, double with 2 runs scored on the day.
Big opportunity here for the Lancers to really push this lead out. They got that 4-run lead. They would love to add one, if not more, here and get that lead greater than a 4-run like grand slam type scenario.
Yeah, one insurance run would be pretty clutch at this point. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th inning, it's going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up, McCoy, Tellis, and Kabalka for the Spartans. Runners go. Drilled towards center field. DeRosa's going to come on, make a diving attempt, but he's not going to come up with it. It gets by him, so 2 runs will easily score. Pasquarello backing up. He fires it in, and it's going to be cut off on the way. It's going to be a 2-run double for Nate Rind.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe made a nice play. He only had one play in it. Either A, pull up, or actually he had 2 plays, I should say. If he pulls up, he's conceding the 1 run because the runners were on the move, and maybe that would have been a safer play. But when you're already down 4-0 in a game that you really is kind of a must-win type scenario, he went for it and dove for it. Just wasn't able to hang on to it. The ball got by him. That allowed the 2 runs to score and the extra base to get there by Wren. And, you know, hey, I don't think it was a bad decision there by Kobe. It was just a scenario where, you know, what was presented in front of him, and he had to try to make a play.
Well, because he makes that play, too, and it's an easy double play, right?
Exactly. I mean, even if it isn't, because he's on the ground, he has to get to his feet and make an accurate throw. Runners to be 3/4 of the way down, all you had to do is really give yourself that opportunity. And we were trailing 4-0 in a must-win type game. You want to give yourself that opportunity. I don't think it was a bad decision. I just think it was unfortunate he was unable to keep the ball in front of him when he dove.
We're going to have a Pontius Insurance pitching change here as freshman R.J. Kissick, the lefty, will step out into the lineup here for the Laurel Spartans, so that'll end Kabalka's day. He's still responsible for Rind. Well, actually, courtesy runner Moses now standing at second base, but now a 6-0 advantage for Neshannock here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Little Seminole War chant going on as Neshannock doing what they've struggled to do a lot through the course of the year, stringing a couple of hits together. They've certainly done a good job of that here today.
Well, and the running game has played a big part of today's game. As you mentioned, all the stolen bases, and on that play there, they had the runners in motion, like I said, it puts a lot of pressure on defense, and you're moving players in position, and you have to make accurate throws when that happens, and it really does change a atmosphere of a ball game. And I thought, the Lancers have done a great job of taking advantage of when they have runners on base to put pressure on the Spartans' defense, and they've really succeeded today in these last few innings, getting multiple runs in the process.
Trying to see the rest of the changes. It looks like it was a straight switch going in there. Kissick for Kabalka.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody else. So the lefty throws.
First pitch in there for strike one to Michael Altmaier. 3 plays in 3 different ways to the second baseman. A ground out, a fly out, and an error.
Yeah.
So the lefty, the freshman, gets set. Runner goes. Ground ball towards third base is going to negate any play towards the third baseman. Thrown over by Calderero to first to record the out. 5-3 on the put out, and Moses advances to third. Again, not afraid to move, even on a, when you got a 6-0 lead and a runner on second base still running.
Yeah. It was just a perfect bounce, and he third baseman made the proper decision, not trying to get the runner and tag him and just throw across and get the out.
Lefty on lefty here, and the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Now 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Josh Pallarino, a single and a couple of flyouts in his 3 plate appearances. 385 hitter on the year. Gets a called strike on the outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Drops down sidearm as Kissick tried an inside breaking ball, but curled around the plate. 2-1 now the count. Driven down the first base line, and it's inside the bag. That's going to be a red zone RBI for Pallarino. He takes a wide turn and now has to hustle back to first base, but he will get the 7th run across the board here today.
A nice just swing. He just made it right down the first base line, gets it down past the first baseman, gets the RBI, and this become now the biggest inning of the ball game with 3 runs across the board here for Neshannock.
At the 3rd hit of the inning, Tim?
Let's see. Yes, it is.
First pitch popped foul by Jack Lease, trying to give chase towards the dugout, and hits off the top of the fence before Ayers can get to it. While we have a moment, let's take a look again at our LGKG defensive alignment here for the Laurel Spartans. They have in the outfield Pasquarello, DeRosa, and Andre from left to right. Tellis, the second baseman. Ayers, the first baseman. McCoy at short. Calderero at third. Kissick now on the mound. Connor Ponsloff behind the dish. Throw over to first base. Back in plenty of time. Jack Lease, RBI single in his last at-bat. Watches this one down in the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1.
Kissick right now being, the freshman, really keep an eye on the runner, but most concentrate on the batter. That's the out. That's the one you want to get. You just want to keep him close and try to not let him distract you from what you want to do. And realize that the batter at the plate is where the out can happen.
Throws this one towards the outside, and it's fouled back and out of play again. 1 ball, 2 strike the count. I feel confident about keeping the count today, Tim, working the system here too. Yeah. Getting into a bit of a flow, figuring it all out. Trying to,
I'm just
at least.
letting you do your job, man. Let you be the
plural on that.
Yes, there goes the runner.
And ball's in the dirt, and no chance to throw this one down to second base, as now Pallarino gets on with a stolen base.
Yeah. And again, you got to keep the pressure on. If you're the Lancers, that's exactly your game. You want to continue the pressure and try to score as many runs as possible, just to make sure that when the 7th inning comes, that they either are deflated or B, they got a big mountain to climb.
Backdoor curveball again breaks around the plate, so the count runs full here to Jack Leese with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Runner goes again. Fly ball towards left field. Pasquarello lost it in the sun, and it's going to be a tough play. It's going to fall in between short and left for another red zone RBI single for the Lancers.
And they continue just to pile on this inning. And sometimes you just hit them where they're not. And that's exactly where that one was. Just a little fly ball out to left field, but you had Pasquarello playing deep and couldn't really pick up the ball with the sun in his eyes. And it drops in. A ground ball here to short.
McCoy's going to flip it easily to Tellis to end the inning on the fielder's choice, but damage done with 4 runs across the board on 4 hits. No errors, the 1 runner left on. 4 runs across the board doubles the Neshannock advantage going into the top of the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been for over 40 years.
Top of the 7th inning we go. Neshannock with the 8-0 advantage. And Sebastian Corio is going to go out there with 12 pitches to work with, Tim. Plus or minus. I mean, he could have a couple extra depending on that last at bat, but 12 away from that 100-pitch overlay to try to finish off what's an impressive performance on the mound today.
Basically 11 pitches to get the first 2 outs and see what can happen after that.
First pitch in there down in the dirt to Luke McCoy. McCoy, Tellis, and Kobalka, the last 3 due up.
Corio has just been really fantastic today. Just in rhythm the entire day, making his pitches. Just keeping the Spartans off balance all day long.
Only 2 walks. McCoy was actually one of those who drew a walk in his last at bat back in the 4th. This one catches the outside corner. 2-1 now the count. This one hit towards second base, taken on a hop by Prosson, throws over the first to retire the speedy McCoy for the first out of the inning. The first out's always the toughest one to get, it feels like, too, Tim.
Yeah, it is, but that is how Corio's done all day today. I mean, he's gotten ground balls. He's used his whole artisanal to get everything done as he works from the first base side of the rubber here with 1 down.
Ryan Tellis at the plate. He's first pitch swinging. It's popped up foul back and out of play. We have an update, thanks Jaron Steele with Trib Live. Newcastle's playoff hopes of defending the WPIAL championship have faltered today in a big way. A 15-0 defeat to Blackhawk. Newcastle just running out of pitching has kind of been the storyline all year for the Canes after having the dominant 1-2 punch last year. 1 graduated, 1 coming off of arm surgery.
Yeah.
Kind of a tough scenario.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I mean, as we're seeing today, pitching matters, especially as you go deeper into a season and we get ready for the Whipple playoffs here. I mean, pitching matters, and you can see what Corio has done today. I mean, he's really just been easy throwing, just playing catch with his catcher all day long.
1-2 to count. This one drilled towards the left center gap, giving chase, and why not? Luke Gleese has a magnet in that glove out in left field.
He certainly does. He's done a great job. And what a performance we're seeing here by Corio, as he's going to have a chance to get a complete game here.
And they're confirming pitch count real quick out there on the field, and we'll confirm it as well. He's at 96 pitches, so yes, able to go one more batter. And it's Hunter Kabalka, 294 hitter on the season, who will represent the final chance here for the Spartans.
Yep, see if they can keep this game alive.
First pitch swinging is Kabalka. Or check that, let's see, a new batter in there. That's Michaels in there, excuse me. George Michaels, the junior. Kabalka, who checked out after he came off the mound. Michaels takes there. Now count 0-2. Spartans down to their final strike. Corio throwing a gem. Chopper, he looks like he might get the final play, and he's going to flip it on to first base to get the out, complete the inning. A 1-2-3 inning, and Neshannock makes the series split with the Spartans. The teams will tie for third place in Section 2 of Class 2A. An 8-0 victory for the Lancers at home. Fantastic performance, a 3-hitter for Sebastian Corio.
Sebastian was just fantastic all day long. He had, I want to say, 9 strikeouts in the ball game. Just really used, like I said, he was easy throwing. It was just pitch and catch all day long for him. He was in a rhythm. He used the entire field as his playground, and he had some great plays in the outfield by his teammates. The infielder did their jobs. He even fielded a few, as he did on the last play of the game here, and really gave this Lancers the opportunity to win this ball game. It all started and ended with Sebastian on the mound here today.
8-0 your final. We'll recap it when we return on the Tri-County Principals post-game show. In a moment, you've been watching WPIAL Baseball on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
That was awesome.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
It's the Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and an 8-0 victory for Neshannock over Laurel today. A 3-hitter for Sebastian Corio, 6-0 now on the season for Corio, and with that, Neshannock and Laurel both finish with 8-4 section records. They will tie for third place, a game behind the 9-3 records of Riverside and Laurel. I'm James Dotson, Tim Continenza alongside for the post-game show. Rob Nattell running the cameras for us here today. It was a fantastic game yet again, Tim, and just in the end, Neshannock finally did what they haven't been able to do all year long, string some hits together, and I think getting the pitch count up early in the starter really spelled doom for Laurel. Just the pitching. Neshannock had their ace, Laurel had their 2 and 3, and in the end, the number one ended up winning it today.
And that's usually what will happen. I mean, pitching usually dominates, and Corio was just, like I said, easy throwing today. It was just, going back and forth, up and down the lineup, and he did a terrific job. He had 9 strikeouts. He just gave up only 3 hits on the game. I thought he did a terrific job, and never got really behind on anybody in a sense on where a runner got on base and he got worried. He just, stayed within himself, did his thing, and in the process, was averaging about 15 pitches per inning the entire way and gets the complete game.
Yeah, I'd say he finishes with 99 pitches, so that is like right spot on of where he needed to be. He's going to be our kind of honorary player of the game. That it really was a tough decision up here as we come down with our LCAP Player of the Game award. But we are going to give the LCAP Player of the Game award to Nate Rind, who called a beautiful 3-hitter today behind the dish, but also went 2 for 3, on base 3 times, scored 3 runs in the game, a couple of RBIs, did a little bit of everything at the plate today. Nate Rind is our Lawrence County Community Action Partnership Player of the Game award. LCAP and the LC Sportsnet are proud to honor Nate Rind for tonight's Player of the Game award. Nate will receive his second customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, and being recognition of being named tonight's Player of the Game. Congratulations, Nate Rind, tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP changing lives. And Tim, we're going to have an interesting scenario with our other award to give out, our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game, because we had a bunch of different ideas, but we got 2 shirts, and we're going to use them. First, want to give a shout-out to Michael Pasquarello, not only for his diving catch today, but also the diving catch he had yesterday, kind of an honorary Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game for him. Michael Pasquarello will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of Maley Chiropractic for that diving catch, the Maley of the Game, and you can watch all those plays of the game at lcsportsnet.com, and it might even be on the standout platform for the Trib Live High School Sports Network on Twitter and Instagram. Congratulations, Michael Pasquarello, the play of the game. And also one, Tim, that we like to talk about Andrew Moses as the courtesy runner and a couple of the bases that he was able to steal is the wrong word, but literally a steal on a pass ball that really wasn't even a passed ball to be able to get a couple of extra bases that really broke open a couple of the innings as a courtesy runner.
Yeah, and the Lancers took total advantage of the base paths today, and it started with Moses. Really, when he got on base as the courtesy runner, he read the pitches perfectly. When it was down into the pellets, he took off and got into scoring position and really put pressure on a defense. He scored both times that he was asked to run for the catcher and did a terrific job.
All 3 times, actually,
All 3 times, yeah, and just phenomenal. And really what you don't recognize is just how well he read each pitch and really never hesitated on any move that he made, and his speed and his ability to read each play really contributed here to the Lancers' win.
So Andrew Moses, also a Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game award recipient. Video of some of those stolen bases, 9 of them in total for Neshannock, will be featured on our website, on Twitter and Instagram, and as well possibly on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's Standout platform as well. Time of the game, 2 hours exactly, Tim. How about that?
How about that?
And winning pitcher again, Sebastian Corio with 8 strikeouts, just 2 walks in the game, a 3-hitter thrown for his 6th victory of the season. Cam Calderera will take the loss. 3 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs. None of them were earned, by the way. 2 strikeouts and 5 walks for Calderera. But in the end, Tim, the key takeaways from this game is that Neshannock did what Laurel was able to do yesterday. String a couple of those hits together. Neshannock has struggled with that this year. Laurel put a lot of runs on the board early in the season, have faltered a little bit down the stretch here in terms of the run production, but still a team that when you have your top guys out there on the hill, they have the run support capabilities that they can compete with anybody as well. It's going to be really interesting to see how the brackets come out.
It really will be, and pitching as you get into the playoffs is going to be a huge storyline, as you mentioned, and taking advantage of opportunities when you're on the base paths, be able to put yourself in scoring position and take advantage of just even getting 1 or 2 runs an inning when the opportunity is there to really put pressure on your opponent as the game progresses, and that's what the Lancers were able to do today and really took advantage of it. They really bounced back from that heartbreaking loss yesterday, 4-3 to the Spartans, but today they really came out early, established themselves, and just continued to put the pressure on Laurel here today.
8-0 your final score here from Mike Bubba Kirkwood-Field. Big shout out to both of these coaches. Absolutely class acts with us, with their teams, with each other. Can't thank Coach DeGennaro and Coach Quilero enough for all that they do for us here with the program. And Tim, let's give a shout out to us. 100 in the books.
Yeah,
that was our goal, and we made it happen.
I remember when you and I and Lee got together for our first broadcast in a exhibition type thing in football, and we've gone through all the seasons, not just the boys' athletics, but the girls' athletics throughout the season. We've seen the volleyball, we've seen the soccer, the hockey, so many others games throughout the season, and the softball season we're underway right now. It's been a lot of fun. It's been an exciting part to be part of Lawrence County SportsNet this year. I've really enjoyed every opportunity we had, and everyone deserves a little shout out who's been a part of this. We couldn't do it without each and every one of them.
Oh, let's do that. First, starting with CEO Tom Scott, Jen Elliott, who's helped us out big time on the managerial side of things. Broadcasters, Tim Continenza, Lee Moan, Jay Moan, Mark Means jumping in as of late. We've had some special guests. Nikki Mariano, coach of Mohawk, has done some games with us. Mike Conglos, Michael Kirkwood have done games with us. Who am I missing? Jim Ferris came out and did a softball game with us last week. Great stuff in that game. Just all the broadcasters. And, man, I could go on forever about some of our technical staff. Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers, Joe Morozak, Joe Canciello on the production end, Robbie Nattel. Incredible stuff on cameras with him, with Ashley Haltala, Rachel and Hannah Bowen, Christian Cassie. Just it goes on and on and on, and we could be here all night giving our thanks. But it's a big crew, and that's the fun of it, is that we got a lot of people involved and a lot of people doing lots of great things.
Amazing talent along the way, and it's been really a joy to be on this side of the mic and being part of the atmosphere. It's Lawrence County. County of Champions. And we're bringing it to you.
We're going to see how many champions they can bring home here in the spring. We're going to follow as many as we can down the stretch, Tim. Playoffs, the pairings, by the way, come out on Thursday for softball at 4 o'clock, Friday at 2 o'clock for baseball on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. So stay tuned for that, and we'll then have our schedule figured out of where we'll be going next week. Hopefully you're available.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Well, hopefully you'll be there with us as well. Thanks for joining us here today. For Rob on the cameras, my broadcast colleague Tim Continenza, I'm James Dotson signing off for now. Stay tuned for playoffs coming up next week. Tonight, an 8-0 victory for Neshannock here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.